Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign, but if I will say they are general readings, so make sure you use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, but before that, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the link in the description box below. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you, and if you're new to my channel and you want some of that Rafi love, give me a follow, give me a like, give me a share. Oh, okay, and I've just thrown all of the cards all over the floor, but one of them was face up, and it is the Emperor, so I will collect the rest of those in a minute. Now, in all of these different areas of life, this week you are commanding respect, you are standing up for yourself, you are becoming the hard line in the sand. This is where you're effectively putting your foot down in some regard in all of these different areas of your life, and you are taking charge, taking command. The other thing with the Emperor, remember, this is where we really are committed, right? Where we are effectively standing by, or you know that saying like, put your money where your mouth is. This is very much that, right? This is you leading by example this week. So I love this for you. Now, for your actions and options, you've got the Three of Swords. This is one of those moments, like, I don't know if you've ever heard the saying like, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. I think this is one of those times where you are, you're releasing a connection, friendship, work, possibly even partnership, maybe even a familial tie. You're releasing a connection of some sort this week, and it's like, as much as it might hurt you in that heart space to say, you know what, I'm not going to talk to you anymore, I'm going to remove myself from this group or from this place. There's an element of this, and it's not like, oh, it was just totally toxic, man, so I had to pull myself out. This is one of those times where you are commanding yourself and holding yourself to a higher standard to say, you know what, you haven't, or you don't treat me in the way that I deserve to be treated. And if that means that I have to hurt myself to, by removing myself, from your presence, or removing you from my life, no problem. This is about you really doing the action, right? Because, and this is the same for all of us. We've all had friendships, relationships, partnerships, family members, and we say like, oh, they treat me like crap. And, if it happens again, I'm gonna, and, 9 times out of 10, most people never do. This is one of those times where it's the 10th time and you say no. Enough, right? So I'll give an example. Let's say this is a friendship. This is where you kind of say, you know what, you don't honor me, you don't respect me, there's no true sense of reciprocation, and for that reason, as hard as it is, I don't want to speak to you anymore. I love, care and honor and respect myself enough to remove you from the picture if that should so be what needs to happen. For those of you that when it comes to the options that are available to you, the Three of Swords is the option, or the ability to remove something from your life. With the Emperor, you could be doing this in a very official capacity. So this could be something like you're handing in your notice, right? This could be something like you are serving divorce papers. This could be, all of those things. Like this week, you're getting serious about something. And listen, we already know, right? When the Saggy is mad, and it doesn't, and I think one of the reasons it hits so hard is because you're usually so jovial. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're usually like, even when things are serious, like you'll crack a little joke to lighten the mood. You always show up for people, whereas now it's like, no, you know what? Enough. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Ace of Cups. The healing sets in when you choose to really honor, care and respect yourself. I love that. Now, the Ace of Cups in terms of communications means that you are hearing the yes, the acceptance, the go-ahead that you've been waiting for. That's lovely. Now, the Ace of Cups, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be that you have petitioned or worked hard to get something removed, shifted or changed. This is where you get that final, like, you know what? Yes, it was really hard. It was a hard slog, but it was worth it. This is where you get the yes. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, while this could be that you hand in a notice, that Ace of Cups could also be a counter offer of some sort. So maybe you say, right, I'm handing in my notice, and they say, well, why is that, right? You give them all of your reasons. They go away. I think it will take them probably a week, so you might not hear back immediately, but they might say to you, can you give us some time to think about this before you sort of go ahead with it? And if that is the case, it means that they really do genuinely want to open up a dialogue or a communication about this. So hear them out. It might not be that they offer you anything that you feel is worth to stay, but the chances are that they could. It's the Ace of Cups. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this is you working with or on behalf of an organization or a client that has maybe suffered some kind of damage to their reputation, and you could really help them restore it in some way. And it feels right to you because that Ace of Cups is like, whatever work you are doing, it feels really fulfilling at a heart and soul level, and you're able to really help somebody else affect change. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this, I think, it's kind of like the equivalent for, I don't know what the equivalent is, but like when we were little, they would just bang your heads together, right? If you and your siblings were just going and going and going and going, and eventually it'd just be like, you know what, bang, right? And not that I condone such things. The world has come a long way since I was a child. But I had to work really hard to keep that one in, and no, you will never hear cross my lips what just went through my mind. Jokes aside, I actually think that this is you not only pulling rank, but maybe saying to, whether you've got adult children, whether you are, maybe the family is having some kind of tiswas, and you're just like, you know what, it's fucking enough already, right? Just enough. It's like you kind of, and it has the desired effect. So what more do you need? So you got the Eight of Wands for your love and relations. So for those of you that are single, there is a connection with somebody, a distance, overseas. I think that for those of you that have like online flirtations and stuff, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do my Raffy rant. We're not out here in 2024 getting catfished, right? Everybody at this point has a smartphone and they are glued to that phone, right? If you are out here chatting to someone who you've never FaceTimed and you've never seen, no, honey. All right, just no. We're not out here in 2024 getting catfished. I got no sympathy for anyone that kind of rubbish is happening to at this moment in time, because it doesn't make sense. All right, have some common sense. Now, that being said, whoever you're talking to at a distance, this Three of Swords, it's almost like there's a part of you that says, okay, what is the likelihood that we can really progress this? Am I really up for moving or changing my location? Which, you're a Saggy, so it is very possible. Is that realistic to you? Is this person really interested in pursuing something? I think they are. But that Three of Swords does suggest that this week you'll be making the final sort of decision as to whether it is going to move forward or not. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is where your teacher, a little bit of role play never hurt anyone. Oh God. I tried. I couldn't catch that one, clearly. Oh, Raph. You can imagine I'm a lot of fun, in the most inappropriate places. Jokes aside, the Eight of Wands for your partner suddenly this week takes on an air of saying, okay, you know what? You know better in this space or this sphere. Teach me. They're willing to open up the dialogue and they're willing to take on new ideas or information. And this really, I think, is going to pave the way for a lot of you, and you taking command, right? You kind of saying, look, this is how we're going to proceed. And it doesn't happen very often, but when a Saggy pulls rank, people tend to listen. For your money and materials, look at that. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. If you're approaching a financial institution, a bank, a building society, etc., for resources, or even for a loan or something along those lines, you will have it. If you need financing for a home, a dwelling, or maybe even you want to open up a brick and mortar shop, all of that kind of stuff, you have it. I'm here for it, right? That Ace of Pentacles bodes very, very well for your money this week. Now, you've got two aces. Two aces technically can represent trickery, but this is the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. This is a communication, a contract, or some kind of agreement that financially is very secure for your future. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, I love the Ace of Pentacles for health because it means that your health is grounded, with the Emperor here as well. For those of you that have been waiting for doctor's results, etc., especially those of you that have been working with a doctor over the last 6 to 12 months, this could be where you start really seeing results as to what it is that you've been doing recently. So I love this for you. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, the Ace of Pentacles can be a new home, but there's a fresh start with the home or the dwelling in some regard this week. All in all, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. It looks like you will, even with that Three of Swords. With that said, take care, and I'll see you soon.